Hi everyone, my name is Kristen Lucibello and I'm a third-year PhD candidate from the University of Toronto. Before I get started, I just want to acknowledge my incredible co-authors and supervisor, Dr. Catherine Sabiston. Unfavorable body image has been identified as a potential contributor to poor sport experiences and dropout in girls. Body talk, or verbal commentary towards the body, is thought to contribute to these experiences. Almost 60% of girls and young women in sport recall receiving at least one negative comment about their body, weight, or shape. In turn, negative body talk is associated with higher negative body image and body-altering behavior in girl athletes. As such, addressing negative body talk in sport may improve both body image and sport experiences for girls. However, a limitation of the current evidence is that body talk has been predominantly studied through a pathological lens, meaning it comes from another source and is negative or encouraging body manipulation. Body image literature suggests that how we talk about our bodies is more complex, and theoretical tenets support that the appearance-focused and comparative nature of sport is conducive to many different forms of body talk. This includes compliments towards others or self-directed fat talk, both of which also negatively influence body image. In order to combat body talk and improve the sport environment, an investigation into a broader and theoretically motivated operationalization of body talk is imperative. And therefore, the purpose of the present study was to explore adolescent girl athletes' experiences of body talk with a non-aesthetic, team-based sport. Participants were recruited through publicly listed sport clubs, digital advertisements, and snowball sampling in the Greater Toronto Area. Girls were eligible to participate if they were between 13 and 18 years of age and enrolled in non-aesthetic, team-based sport, such that teammates work together to achieve a goal, but successful performance is not predicated on the body's appearance. In the end, we had 20 girls participate in the study, with our sample containing both competitive and recreational athletes and physique salient and non-physique salient sports. We ascribed to a constructivist paradigm and employed a qualitative descriptive approach in order to comprehensively describe the phenomenon of body talk. We conducted one-on-one semi-structured interviews, which lasted between 30 and 60 minutes, and performed a 6-step inductive thematic analysis to analyze the data. And so, our data analysis generated 3 themes. The first theme, body talk as a performance tactic, describes instances where body talk was intended to serve a functional purpose of improving sport performance or outcomes. This included negative body talk from opposing players or coaches in order to insult or detract from performance, commentary from parents regarding higher weight players, and complimentary body talk from coaches to their own athletes, which often conflated the body's appearance and function. The second theme, casual conversations and body talk, reflected body-focused conversations that had nothing to do with sport, but occurred in sport, such as teammates engaging in fat talk or male spectators making comments about girls' bodies. Importantly, athletes noted that hearing any form of body talk often led them to pay more attention to their own body, compare their body to others, and reminded them that their body was being looked at during sport. The third theme, coping with body talk, explained that girls often tried to dismiss negative comments their teammates made or refocus their attention on a feature they perceived as more positive. Pulling attention away from the body's appearance altogether was not noted as a strategy. Girls also perceived negative body talk as normal, with athlete Amelia comparing the casualness of talking negatively about the body to discussing the weather. Lastly, girls discussed there weren't great supports in place for addressing body image concerns within sport. So our findings support previous research suggesting that body talk occurs frequently within sport, although body talk may be more multifaceted than previously investigated. Body talk came from virtually all interpersonal sources in sport and could have been casual and pedantic, insulting and malicious, or complimentary. Regardless, body talk was a vessel for perpetuating an ideal body type, objectification, the importance of appearance, body comparisons, and weight stigma. Critically, in many cases, body talk did not have to be directed at the athlete in order for them to be affected. These findings further support that the body talk saturated sport environment may have negative impacts on body image and in turn, sport experiences for girls. And with that, there are study limitations to address, Although athletes were recruited from non-aesthetic sports, variability in these sports in terms of factors that might also contribute to body talk, such as uniforms, was not directly explored. Additionally, our sample may have been biased towards recruiting girls willing to discuss their body image experiences in sport. And lastly, the girls were predominantly engaging in competitive sport, access to which is disproportionately afforded to adolescents from high socioeconomic status households. Despite these limitations, by gaining a comprehensive understanding of the diverse motivations for and types of body talk during sport, empirically based resources, mandatory training, and protective policies across stakeholders that challenge the appearance-focused culture and mitigate the effects of body talk can be developed. Ultimately, the development and dissemination of these resources may contribute to the creation of a more enjoyable and retentive sport environment for adolescent girls. So thank you very much for listening to my presentation, and at this time, I'm happy to answer any questions.